Hi folks, it's Ben, one of your career coaches, and I'm back today to talk about my journey as a final year student and what will soon to be a graduate, and my kind of plans towards moving into employment. First thing I'm going to discuss was my sort of concerns during final year in terms of was there anything that was worrying me, what were my plans in terms of trying to combat that and overcome those concerns. First of all, I had worries about obviously getting a job after university, which is a worry for a lot of us, I know. Finding not only a job, but a job that was in a relevant area that benefited me and that suited my circumstances. I've always been quite set on where I want to work, so I knew that I had a rough idea of what I needed to do, but trying to make sure that I could hit the nail on the head with that and make sure that I put myself in as best a position as possible was something I was always concerned about. And my role in particular has specific start dates that can vary quite massively, so I needed to make sure that I did all I could to get on a start date that worked for me as well. So that was quite difficult. In order to try and overcome that, I made sure that I knew as much as I could. I prepared myself as best I could for those employments, for the intakes, for the recruitment, and best prepared my knowledge and my skills to be as effective as possible when it came to that recruitment process. In terms of my plans that I'd moved on to, had I changed my plans at all? Had I had one idea in my head and then moved to something else? In all honesty, not particularly in my case. I knew where I wanted to go within a specific area, and I'd always been working towards that. However, the way that recruitment was happening had changed, so I needed to adapt to that to best fit that style of recruitment, and the way my training was going to happen and the intake was different and had changed within my final year of university. So although the job was going to be the same, the way in was changing. What I ended up doing was being quite proactive in terms of my experience, gaining relevant experience towards that final job, gaining as much practical knowledge and practical experience, as well as backing it up with my studies from university. I then used those skills to move into working and gaining as much relevant skills and knowledge that I could demonstrate during recruitment, during interviews, during any application processes, to be able to stand myself in as good a stead as possible. My top tips to you would be try and prepare as much as possible, gain all that knowledge, get as much experience behind you as you can, and also apply early on. If you've got a good idea of what you want to do, which I understand some people don't always necessarily have that, but have a look at what jobs are out there. Look into where those applications are, when are they starting, when are they opening. Get applications in early, because often they can take time. And if you do get those applications in early, you know that you've got a fairly good chance of having a job come the end of university, so you don't necessarily have that leeway period in between, which can often put people in quite difficult situations. But anyway, I hope that's helpful. I hope that's beneficial, and I'll be back soon for some more top tips.